forming need a time to converging the coefficients. If we introduce some sort of the gradient algorithm like LMS, least mean square algorithm, or time to time coefficient updating, that take a time to converge to the like car. But if the like a car running, and then immediately we have to keep tracking. The case that the convergence speed is very keen, right? Relatively the mobile speed. Yeah, like a drone is hovering over that. We have to keep tracking the location, right? But the case that we have to estimate the direction as soon as possible, without any delay, how we can estimate the direction? Not just a simple time updation algorithm. We just introduce a frequency domain in sampling, in a sense of the spatial sampling, spatial frequency, inverse meter. The temporal frequency, the inverse second, right? It's a hertz. You know the sample signal at each element antenna at the one-time instance. We calculate FFT or DFT, and then immediately we calculate such a spectrum. And then if the signal comes from this direction, it's a directional signal coming, peak. And then the delay signal, like multipass, also coming from the different angle, the case this. Now, you know the spatial frequencies correspond to the angle theta. Now, this is a linear in a spatial frequency, but this is a non-linear for the angle. Now, we can also immediately estimate signal came from the 8 degree, and then the indirect delay signal coming 38 degree. We don't need adaptive algorithm. We just immediately calculate FFT, and then we catch up the speed of the mobility. That's another story. You may know that the M2M and also DFT are a little different. And also the other algorithm like music algorithm or split algorithm and so on. But I skip it. But a key point, most of the adaptive digital filter algorithms like LMS or CMA need such a reference signal, teacher signal. But unfortunately, most of the case, we don't have such a training signal. The case, without training signal, we just calculate the spectrum by using a DFT, digital Fourier transform, or FFT, fast Fourier transform. Right. And then we can easily calculate immediately the optimum antenna coefficients without any time updating. That's much to such a quick mobility application. Yeah, like we detect the missile came from North Korea, right? The case the signal we immediately detect, and then immediately shoot out, right? The case updating take a call time, and then too late to shooting, right? The case that we have to introduce such a technology. Almost real time we calculate. It's just depending on the speed of the FFT. We have a special firmware for such FFT or setup, like current OFDM multi-carrier modulation. Definitely front end is a FFT module, right? Now, it's easy to calculate FFT any case in a mobile set, right? And then we don't need to adaptive update. Like that. Yeah. This is also the special issue for the communication magazine. Yeah. My article theory, like space-time domain communication theory using array antenna, is summarized up here. And then Jack Winter and the AT&T labs, and also Polach in a sample, 3 of us, so Malaysia. social issues. What's the spatial and time domain signal processing? I just introduced you. Then, one book is Grua Academic Publishers. One section, yeah, you may know the Andrea Vitavi, and also Salvate and Gemasi, and then Sergio Verdiu, myself. You know, all of the such as key players, introduces and key technology, in which I also introduced a space-time filtering. One of my previous work is more adaptive multi-user detections and so on. Sergio is the same age as me, myself, and he was in Princeton. And then when I was a PhD, we worked together. Yeah? But these groups are still working together with us. The Larry Middleton, also very famous for the space spectrum and so on. The case that the theory, just to briefly introduce. Yeah? So the usual communication theory is based on the time domain. By using array antenna, we extend to the space and time domain. That's we call the spatial and temporal communication theory. Currently, you are not surprised because current 3G, 4G using a MIMO, multi-input, multi-output, that means array antennas. It's been the base station and even onset has a multiple antennas already. But before that, we create such a theory. How it works? We need a basic theory. You know that this morning I talked about the many application side of the research. But essentially I'm a researcher, I'm theorist. The basic theory we create. And then the very basic theories are commonly applicable many use cases, right? Like a medical application, mobile phone application, and autonomous car driving. Many other applications also need such a common theory. Some case, the use case or constraint of the use case are different. But optimization problem is almost common. Right? If you study more in graduate course and even such a professional research, what's a common basic theory you create? And then in the history, your name remains. Because a long time people keep using our theory for different applications. Right? For instance, when you start working some company, maybe the 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, the subject of the research and the business changes. But still you are necessary person because your common theory is applicable for different applications. You are the expert for such a theory. Okay, like that. And then this case, introducing array antenna, the legacy temporal time domain theory could be extended to the space domain as well. Like this. You see that it's a simple one transmitter, and then the 3 antenna element. And then this is a propagation path, for instance. And the delay profile of this antenna is like this, and then the delay profile of this antenna is like this, and this, and so on. That means arrival angles are different. And then this is a time domain profile, delay profile. But according to the arrival angle, we have 3 different delay profile. That means a space-time domain profile, 3-dimensional profile. Then we can make a beamforming. Actually, the signal can describe, received signal as a 2 variable. One is a time, t, is obvious. But we also have a incoming arrival angle, theta. There are 2 variables we describe. Yeah. And then the 2-dimensional signal processing. This is a case of the measured channel by channel sounder. You know the incoming signal this direction is a delay profile like this. And then the different angle, the delay profile is like this. According to the incoming angle, the delay profile is quite different. Right? This is what I said, a three-dimensional profile. And then also the very close, the angle correlate each other. That was such a delay spread. Not delay spread, angular spread. Yeah. And then the three-dimensional theory we described. And then the Nyquist criteria also can extend to the space-time domain. And then the creating, updating algorithm also. I see many. For instance, the legacy optimum receiver for noise and also multi-pass. The case that simply just widen watch the filter to maximize the signal to noise ratio,